Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go first. When I was 8.
Okay, so this story takes place about 12 years ago, and I'm still not over it. I still get goosebumps every time I think about it, every time I talk about it. So I was about 20 years old. I was 7 months pregnant, and my, at the time, boyfriend and I moved into an apartment together that had extra space for the baby. So we got the baby's bedroom all set up. We got it all set up during the day. So when I was still like 8 months pregnant, my nephew slept over, and he was almost a year old at the time. And he would sleep over at our old apartment a lot, and he always did just fine. He would not sleep. And we put him to bed in the baby's room, and he would not sleep. He was awake. He was upset. He was crying. And, you know, we would take him out and try to console him because it was so unlike him. But finally at like midnight, we're like, okay, he's just going to sleep in our bed because this is insane. He's not sleeping. So fast forward a couple months later, the baby is born. I'm in there probably like 2 weeks after the baby's born, and I'm finally like utilizing the nursery stuff that we had gotten. So I'm sitting in the rocking chair and I'm nursing the baby, and he falls asleep, and, you know, we're just kind of rocking, and I'm on my phone, and, you know, not a big deal. It's evening, and the sun goes down. And I remember like slowly feeling this sense of dread, like this feeling of complete impending doom. And I started to get goosebumps, and I could feel that somebody was watching me. And we were on the first floor. So I remember holding the baby and thinking like somebody's going to be in the window looking at me. And I'm thinking, how do I handle this? Do I just get up and walk out of the room, or do I look over at the window so they know they're caught? I don't know if I should yell for my boyfriend. I don't know what to do. So I couldn't take it anymore, and I look over towards the window, and there's nothing there. And I've got these goosebumps, and I look at the window, and there's nothing there, and I'm waiting for somebody to like poke their head back in. Nothing. So I look back the other way, and I realize my cat's on the ground, silent, but his shackles are raised, his back is arched, and he's in that like scaredy cat, but he's defending me. Like, he's standing in front of me and the baby. He's facing the closet, shackles raised. He is like ready to fight. And I look at him, and I'm like, Kovu. And he doesn't move. He's just staring down this closet. So I just got up and I walked out. I'm like, that was really, really creepy. That was terrifying. So that room definitely put me on edge for a couple days, but also like, I just chalked it up to circumstance, whatever. So a few days later, again, I'm in there, and it was fine during the day. During the day, it was like this sweet, cute little nursery, no big deal. It was nighttime that it was scary. So again, I'm in the baby's room, and I'm nursing the baby. The baby falls asleep, so I'm holding the baby. No big deal. I'm on my phone. And again, the sun went down and it got dark. And this time, I'm starting to feel uneasy, and I'm starting to get the goosebumps. But what really alerted me was both of my cats started growling and hissing. And they're both facing the closet. They're facing the closet and growling at it. And the closet door is closed. Okay? It's closed. So I'm looking up, and I'm like waiting for it to burst open, and I'm afraid to move. Like, I'm sitting here afraid to move a muscle. Like, I didn't even move my head. I just looked up with my eyes as I'm holding my newborn baby, thinking, oh my God, what is about to come out of this closet? So I very slowly get up, and my cats are growling. Okay, they are angry. And I just slowly walk out of the room. And as soon as like I step over the threshold, my cats bolt. They are out of that room too. I slammed the door shut, and I told my boyfriend at the time, I'm like, we're moving. We're moving. I am not going to be based on a true story. Not going to happen. We're going to move. And he's like, we're not moving. And I'm like, we are moving. We're moving. We are not staying here. This is too much. This is too much. And I am not stepping foot in this bedroom again. When it's dark out, I will not be bringing the baby in here. Absolutely not. We're done. And we were actually having a little bit of money problems too. So we were toying with the idea of breaking the lease and moving somewhere cheaper anyways. So fine. We decided to break the lease and move somewhere else. So while we're moving out, a couple weeks later, one of the upstairs neighbors comes downstairs, and she's like, oh my God, are you guys moving already? Like, what's going on? Are you guys okay? He's like, oh yeah, she's just being a wimp. Like, she's saying that there's something in the closet freaking her out, and it scares the cats, and it scares her, and it scares the baby, and blah, blah, blah. And the lady's face goes white, and she's like, the people who lived here before you also moved because the children refused to sleep in their bedroom because they said there was a scary man in a trench coat that lived in the closet that only came out at night. I have goosebumps. Like, I have whole body goosebumps. This still frightens me to this day. I do not claim this energy back into my life. And to this day, I will never forget how scared I was being in that bedroom.